To be live.
We are live. We
We
are
take
go
you
for
live
launch.
now to the tower where something is happening.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
This has been a special bulletin. We're live. We're playing Destiny 2. It is the end of Destiny 2. Long live Destiny 2.
It is never the end of Destiny 2.
Because what happens after today, Jason?
Beyond Light launches
That's right.
tomorrow.
Uh, if you were to play, if you have played Destiny 2 any time in the past 2 years, you know that there is a lot of places to go. Look at this map. Look at all these places you can go. Well, guess
All
what?
right, now take off half of it.
Throw it out in the ground because that's
Just
what Bungie's doing.
throw it
Um,
right out.
yeah. So you know better than I. What is getting retired from this map?
All right, so basically the left half, everywhere that you see a pyramid, all those planets are going away.
Yep. So.
And then if you go to Nessus,
Oh,
at the bottom of Nessus there, Nessus Orbit, that's the Leviathan, the
yep. Yep.
Menagerie, and the Tribute Hall, that's all going away.
Do, do,
And if you go to
do.
Earth, in the bottom left, there's the Forges. Those are going away.
Bye bye.
So all that's going to be left is going to be Earth and the Tower, Moon, Tangled Shore, Dreaming City, Nessus, and the new planet, Europa.
So, to celebrate, I guess to celebrate, Bungie's got a special event going on tonight. Something's going to happen. We don't know what it is. We're just starting it, so you're going to see it as we see it.
Yep.
Now,
And there's
full
a mission
disclosure.
that you launched. Whoop,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Full disclosure. I have really not played Destiny 2 since July, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna suck.
I doubt that we're going to do anything whatsoever.
I know. Jason, on the other hand, he absolutely lives and breathes Destiny 2. So
Should I put on my emblem for solo flawlessing the dungeon?
sure.
Okay.
All
Not that
right.
you can.
So we're in the tower. I guess this was a mission that launched. It popped up a little thing that said limited time event. We're kind of roaming around to see what's going on.
Something. It's like a ghost. Only
It's
bigger.
like a ghost, only bigger.
Emanating from the trap.
So this is
resonance in the light I haven't felt since the day I was born. And when I found
this is the location of this is actually a little bit different. So where we are
we can't explain
is
it, we all sense it.
basically the base of the tower. So like, yeah, looking up, the big thing there that's kind of partially ruined, that's the tower. That's where usually you load into. So this is down in the last city. I think the last time actually we were down in the section, there was the Moments of Triumph, not this year, but last year. There was stuff down here that you went to. So yeah, we're gonna kind of go through the last
Yo, are we
city.
gonna get a cup of ramen?
Hey, if you got a ticket.
I still got mine.
See.
Got all
Wait,
Blade
hold on
Runner.
1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
I gotta see what happened to my destinies now.
They got really quiet.
All of a sudden, I don't think I'm hearing anything.
There's just background, like, ambient noises I hear. They're very subtle.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. It may be. Sound. Oh, it's trying to go to my.
Are your Astros working now?
Yeah, I should go check that, right? Because it could be now. Alright, hold on, there we go. And I do not understand, yeah. Alright, I'll deal with that later. Yeah, I got. Hey, there's gonna be a review of some Astro A20 that's going up probably in a couple weeks here. And trying to troubleshoot it on day one and get it working has not been successful so far, but.
We're roaming the back alleys here. I'm looking for the secrets.
All the secrets. Oh, there's a soccer ball down here.
What? We're gonna play soccer.
We're definitely kicking that soccer ball.
Oh,
Whoa.
there's another one.
Can't go that way. Can't get there from here.
Yeah, there was a.
Yeah, I think we
Going
have
up
to
the
go
ramp.
back.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening tomorrow in the gaming world. Just a console launch, quite a few games coming out. If you are picking up an Xbox Series console, and you have Game Pass Ultimate, you'll be able to get Destiny 2 Beyond Light as part of it.
Including actually the expansion. Yeah. Sorry, the Beyond Light is the expansion.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So
No.
okay, we're looking at something.
There's the Traveler. It's kind of a little bit more glowy than it used to be. All right, we'll jump down here.
Do you think the Master Chief is just gonna like bust out of it? It's gonna be like, it's been me all along.
Welcome to Halo Eternal. It's actually Destiny.
Whoa.
Oh,
We got buffs.
we're down with the quickness. Whoa.
Whoa. Okay.
Gotta get up, get it down with the quickness.
Yeah.
I love it. I wish, like, this is more of the tower that I wish we could see all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, this is cool.
Tower in Last City. Oh, open up this door.
It's happening.
Oh. Please keep us connected.
I know. I haven't gotten the notification in a while. It was coming like every 15 seconds. I was getting
I'm sure by
contacting
now they've
Destiny
got
2
it
servers.
pretty stable. I hope.
I don't know.
Loading screen.
Long loading.
Oh. Yep.
Maybe.
Oh.
This is it.
Yep. All right.
Okay, we're here.
Everybody's looking up at the Traveler. Hey, what do you think that is? Hey, you. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Where's?
Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
This is what.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. There we go. Yeah. Oh, now we got randos coming in.
You son of a bitch.
Commercial sector. Platforming.
My favorite thing in
Nope.
Destiny.
Yes. the thing that
Did I ask if that was the one feature they were going to be removing with Beyond Light? Where are we
I
going?
told you no.
Where are we supposed to go?
We don't have any.
No.
Oh,
Oh, he died. This guy over here.
maybe
Oh,
we just
something's
stand here.
happening. Maybe? With the Traveler?
Getting more sparkly.
Yeah, I hear something.
So yeah, so presumably this thing ends like 9:45, 9:49, something like that, because the servers are getting taken offline at 9:50 to prepare for the preloading and everything else.
You think we just gotta wait here until...
Now look, he went over that way.
Uh-huh. Let's see if he does anything.
Yep.
Besides fall to the So, I guess we could talk about what else is happening when Beyond Light launches. So, the power level minimum's getting raised to 1050?
Yep,
Right?
everybody's gonna be everyone. Oh no, fell to his death. Everyone's gonna be at 1050.
All your which means all of your items and stuff too will be
Yeah,
bumped,
they're just
right?
just raising everything, which is basically what they did. I think at the beginning of Shadowkeep, they just raised everything up to 750.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just doing that now to 1050. The new um, power cap is going to be 1260. Yeah, 1260 for this season coming up, and then it'll go to 1310 and then 1360. Or maybe it's gonna be 1230. I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it's 1260 though. But, anyways, there's gonna be a new raid added in 2 weeks' time on Saturday, November 21st.
Guy's name is Shaxkeel O'Neal.
Yep.
Oh, brilliant.
Hey, Lord Shax is everybody's favorite. New raid, the Deepstone Crypt, which has a lot of significance and lore behind it with the exos. There's actually been some lore lately surrounding all of that came in the collector's edition of Destiny, and then there was a ARG that released more lore. That, I mean, I didn't get the collector's edition or anything, but just like it's a long read through some of that stuff. But basically, it's like the journals of Clovis Bray, who, if anyone plays Destiny, recognizes the name Bray as in Anna Bray, who currently is on Mars, but is leaving Mars and will presumably go to the tower once Beyond Light hits, because Mars is going away. Clovis Bray also, the Clovis Bray facilities on Mars, which were part of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. He created the Exos and did so through a combination of human knowledge and some Vex technology, and using powers of the darkness that he calls clarity. So there's going to be some interesting things going on there, and it's based in Europa, which is the new, moon, but planet destination that we're going to. That's kind of all that they've, there's a new seasonal activity, but that's kind of all that they've talked about for right now.
All right. Well, and then there's a new power, right?
The stasis subclass that's part of
the
darkness, where you're freezing things. So you'll be using your ice powers against enemies, and the Fallen, or at least a sect of the Fallen, are gonna have the same powers. So we're gonna go up against them.
Alright, stop.
Led by Aramis.
Collaborate.
What was that?
Listen.
Yeah.
Faces back with a brand new edition.
What's up?
Something grabs a hold of me tightly.
Flows like a harpoon daily and nightly.
Will it ever stop?
I don't know.
Turn off the lights.
I'll glow.
Why that song and those lyrics are still burned in our brains 30 years later.
Yeah. Never going away.
Nope,
never going away.
Oh, God. Alright.
So it should be an interesting season of stuff. They've talked some about like just other changes that they're making to the game, and there's stuff that like as far as the way that they give out upgrade materials and a few other things. So, I mean, in the new player experience, they're gonna revamp with a new tutorial mission and area, which is the Cosmodrome. All the stuff that's going away, they're putting into the quote-unquote Destiny content vault, which I guess basically they're gonna plan on, doing stuff with that occasionally, putting stuff into and out of the vault just to make space in the game.
Well, yeah, so I was reading that like the download for this or the space requirements at install was like 186 gig because of how they're cleaning up the old content or something like that. Like it's something.
Yeah, so they're gonna have this whole game plus Beyond Light, and then tomorrow at some point they're going to eliminate all the old stuff that they're getting rid of, and so once that's done, all that's going to be left will be like 70 gigs basically.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm looking forward though to like just a much cleaner, more streamlined Destiny. Like there's just way too many shiny objects in this game.
Well, and I would say that like one thing that they've done, so they used to do power grind, and how you do power everything has been the biggest problem in this game, right? Like, and then they're like, all right, well, here's a bunch of stuff, but then it's all tiered. So there's like powerful gear drops tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and like tier 1 gives the smallest bump, and tier 2 gives a medium, and tier 3 gives whatever, and then there's pinnacle. And near as I can tell, they got rid of all that, so they just have powerful gear and pinnacle gear. Powerful gear gives you something of a bump. Pinnacle gear gives you like 5 power level bump, up until like you hit the soft cap, right? And then it's like once you hit the soft cap, then it becomes a whole lot less of an increase. And then once you hit a hard cap, which this season was 1050, then the only way to increase was using pinnacle gear, and that was just like one level at a time, basically. So that they've definitely been revamping all that stuff, and I think the thing that is, there's still a lot of stuff to do, but in part that's just because, again, there's so many different planets and everything's spread out. But for the most part, it's been like you have the seasonal activity, which this season was the contact event on Titan and Io, which you do that and you get a gear drop from that, and then there is a mission associated with it, and so you go and you finish up the mission and you get another pinnacle drop from that. And then otherwise everything from Shadowkeep was still there, so the nightmare hunts and the campaign mission, and stuff on the moon, which would give you all just the powerful gear drops. So my guess is that once Beyond Light launches, you're going to get rid of those things, and you're going to have just stuff on Europa, since that's the main focus of this season of the new content, right? Because Shadowkeep was like the anchor for everything that followed, so it makes sense to keep the moon around for all that stuff. So I'm guessing Europa then will be the anchor, and then you'll have activities there that will give you those powerful gear drops. And then otherwise it's just run Crucible matches, run Gambit matches, run strikes, and you get pinnacle drops from all that. Like, they just did away with it all, and they said, okay, for like 3 strikes and you get a pinnacle drop, 4 Gambit matches you get a pinnacle drop, 4 Crucible matches you get a pinnacle drop, right? So it's like, they definitely streamline that process to just say, here, just do these weekly things, right, and you get the gear that you need to increase your power level.
So I guess that's a good point. So from the strike standpoint, and like the Gambit and Crucible maps, the ones that are related to the planets that are getting cut, are they getting cut too? So
yep.
like decreasing the number of Crucible maps, things like that.
Decreasing the number of Crucible maps, decreasing the number of strikes, decreasing. So Gambit itself is getting revamped altogether. It's going to be like a mixture of Gambit and Gambit Prime. Crucible, for the most part, staying the same. There's a couple of modes that are getting taken out of the rotator list, but there'll still be the base control 6v6, and then the for Valor, which is like non-competitive, and then the competitive side of things is survival, and that's Glory. So those two base things will stick around. Then whatever they have in the rotator is going to change. They are. The other big change that's going to be just interesting to see is, so one of the things they talked about is like the underlying engine, or not. I don't think it's their engine. It's the underlying system that controls enemy behavior. Previously, they were using just what they called the mission-based system, and like there's a whole post up on Bungie's site where they kind of get into all this. So forgive my non-technical paraphrasing, but basically, the mission-based system could keep track of the number of enemies and their health and player health. Physics-based system can keep track of enemy positions, what move they last used, what move Guardians last used, and like much more information, with the kind of implication that there would be better AI encounters with enemies, and certainly like different AI encounters. And one of the things that they also kind of talked about was, stuff's gonna break with this. Like, you're gonna see things behave in ways that they haven't before, and just is really out there. But obviously they're gonna work on fixing it and stuff as they go. So yeah, I think that's gonna be really interesting to see what changes with that. Like if you start seeing encounters that are a little bit more feel more dynamic than current, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see too, kind of what happens with the stasis system. Going back to that, actually, that's going to be a little bit more RPG in nature than the current subclasses, where it's like, you have the fixed trees, you have top, middle, and bottom tree for each one, for Arc, Solar, and Void. For stasis, it's going to be, Hunter, Titan, and Warlock each have their own version of stasis, but then there's going to be things that you can plug into, like I can't remember the names off the top of my head. It's going to be like fragments and augments or something like that change your powers and change your stats and stuff like that. And so like finding those things, like there's going to be it's basically like major and minor upgrades, right? Minor upgrades are going to be found throughout the world, and they're shared across class, and they're going to be per class, or per character. Major upgrades are going to be like sort of rare things, and they're going to be per account.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so that's going to be the most interesting thing to see, how they. There's more of a shimmer in the air. Well, there's like if you like look at the buildings across the way, they are. That's like, yeah, that was not there previously.
Yeah, they're phasing or something almost.
Yeah.
That's cool. I wonder if there's gonna be any sort of graphical bump or anything. Not that this game's bad looking, right? But it is. What are we? 3 years old now at this point? The engine. 4?
5.
That 5? Jeez. Okay. Yeah.
2015, I think, and then it went through, and 2017 was Forsaken. Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. So yeah, I just wonder, what other sort of enhancements we might see from that standpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing that they said is that they're not changing the engine anytime soon.
Well, like I said, it's still a really good looking game. But I would say maybe some of the character model stuff could use somewhat of an upgrade, like the faces and things like that.
Yeah, I know they're making some tweaks to the character generator and.
Phasing more, it seems.
Yeah.
Oh, it's happening over here too, actually. If you look at the buildings right next to us.
Oh yeah.
Trippy. Oh no, I just jumped off the ledge. So you think we're getting sucked into an alternate dimension?
Nope. I think. Well, there's a couple of different theories. Shall we go into spoiler territory?
Sure. Why not?
Well, so I'll go with the least spoiler, which is that the Traveler is going to repair itself. Because people were saying, oh, if you look at the map and like the destination map from the Beyond Light trailers and stuff like that, the Traveler looks repaired versus how it looks now if you look at it, which is it's busted. The other thing is that potentially it's gonna shed its shell altogether, and so it's gonna look totally different than we've ever seen it before.
That's when Master Chief comes out?
And the last theory is Master Chief comes out and says, Cortana, what the F is this? And then proceeds to play air guitar and blow up the darkness. And Destiny ends.
Well, there's always been, there's always some of Bungie's long lost past of stuff that could be revived. There's the best one of the best RTSs. What was it? Was it Myth? What the heck was it called? It was like with the dwarves and the...
I think it was Myth, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that'll come out of this. A whole bunch of dwarves. Alright, we're getting closer to 10 here, so imagine. Something is gonna happen. Check to kill O'Neil. Jam in. Do I have an air guitar ammo? I don't remember what I have. Let's go check. Oh, I do.
I'm gonna be looking at my emotes when something happens.
I'm gonna jam with you.
Yeah, they did something like this at the end of last season too, where they were kind of it was the Almighty. If you remember that thing that was from the Red War campaign, the Cabal put it next to the sun, and it was going to be like a failsafe kind of a thing where if like things weren't going their way, they would just trigger it and blow up the sun and blow up the system. So we disabled it, and the Cabal last season were like, well, we're just gonna put it on a collision course with Earth. Just screw it. We'll just kill you all. Just put it there. And then so last season was all about getting Rasputin up and running again, so he could use his missile towers and stuff too. Nope, something's happening.
Yeah.
So he could use his missile towers to shoot it down, which happened. Like if you were saying a tower, you could watch it, and it just like went, got shot, and you saw it just go overhead of the tower and crash in pieces. It's getting brighter. now 950.
Yeah. You know what? Our own characters are getting that effect on it now too.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I thought I saw a pulse coming up or something. Hear things.
Yeah. This is definitely the easiest stream we've ever had to do.
I know.
We just have to make sure we do the right emotes.
That's right. Emote and chill. I wonder if they're trying to get people in as much as possible to make sure.
Yeah, maybe. I do like these limited time kind of things though. Like Sea of Thieves right now is doing like these like weekly ones, where like each week there's a different thing, and it all contributes towards like, I don't want to say a seasonal kind of a thing, but like depending on what you do in each one, unlocks more stuff, kind of. But it's not like a battle pass sort of thing. It's just
right.
So, but it's kind of cool. Like each week, it just has like a set of 4 challenges to do, and there's a little mini story that's going on. All kind of ties together.
They've experimented with that a lot this past year, and I think they're basically still trying. Bungie is still trying to figure out how to do it correctly, because they had during Season of Dawn, which was the second season.
Something was happening. Travel.
There was a whole thing where you're running through the corridors of time, and basically at the end of it, you'd go and you'd see a symbol. And I don't know if you saw that or if you remember all that, but like people were basically figuring out that, okay, so you have to link the correct symbols in order to make a map.
I do remember that, yeah.
To figure out the right path to take through there in order to get what ended up being the exotic weapon Bastion. So it was really cool, but the thing was, like, that was so they underestimated the Destiny community a little bit, because it was intended to be a 2-week event that people did in 1 week, because they just they organized, they developed a spreadsheet and like formulas for how to detect duplicates and like all this kind of stuff, and like they had streamers who were going, like, you'd hop in with the streamer, you'd show them your symbol, they'd record it, and then you'd hop out again, because you got like one symbol per day per character or something like that, right? So the community, like, it was a huge thing. It was really cool because the community all came together. People were going around the clock with this stuff, and like they're like, okay, wow, okay. So like even when Bungie was like, hey, it's intended to be a marathon, not a sprint. Like, yeah, just plugging through it. Last season, for the whole Rasputin thing in the towers, it was this build-up thing of doing it, and the community figured that at the rate that they were going of completing it, they wouldn't complete it until the next season. So they had to dial back like stuff on it, right? So and there's this whole thing of then, like, okay, well, you had to be in the tower at this certain time, and it was a really long event in order to see the Almighty crash, and this you know, they were like, okay, hey, yeah, there's going to be a fun little thing at the end of this season, but it's not going to be as involved or whatever as the Almighty was, or it's not going to take as long. Because, you know, they've heard a lot from the community about just how, like, you know, you have these one-time events that are neat, but then, like, if you're not there at the right time, or you can't log in, or X, Y, Z, right? It's just, you know, it's kind of a bummer to miss it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens exactly going forward. Like, you know, the great thing I kind of admire about Bungie is the way that they have a great relationship with their community and listening to all that feedback and figuring out ways to sort of shift gear on things. And like you can see that, like I've seen that with the tweaks even over this past couple of seasons with the changes they've made to things. I think we got a lock to join us.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
How are you guys doing?
we're good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm here for the Destiny.
We are currently
We're
observing the
waiting.
Destiny. Yeah.
It should be close. Whatever it is.
If you're able to log in and join us.
I'm not. No, I'm watching it through your screen.
Oh, okay.
I hopped in right when you were saying that you're curious and excited to see where Bungie takes this, as am I.
Especially considering, like, you know, I mentioned earlier some of the lore stuff, but like the lore these past few weeks, and that we've gotten not only from the journal, Clovis Bray journal from the collector's edition stuff, but then also just this whole stuff with the darkness, comparatively has been extremely dark for Destiny. Like Warhammer 40k grim dark future sort of stuff.
Every Destiny lore dump you've given me has been legitimately interesting.
Yeah. And like the thing is, the thing I like, that was one of the things that always hooked me on this game, was like the whole lore surrounding the Hive. I think is fascinating and like beautifully constructed, and just makes it this really interesting race within the game to consider and everything else. And it's a shame that we've only gotten bits and pieces of the other races. Like, we know a little bit more about the Fallen than we do like the Vex or the Cabal, you know, and I just want to see them build upon this, upon all that more and more, because like
Something's going on. The music just cut.
oh, it cut for me earlier.
Yeah, it like cut like mid. We are 2 minutes from 10, so
Yeah.
Ding ding.
If you weren't in, you're now locked out. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at a different Discord channel there. There we go. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Dot gif.
Yeah, no kidding, hey? Sorry, I know I ask you every time we talk about Destiny, Jason. When is the new content dropping?
Tomorrow.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Glad I have a huge work day.
Yeah, stuff is going down for a 14-hour maintenance period.
Great.
as soon as this event happens.
Stuff goes up tomorrow at 12 p.m., although you can pre-download this stuff.
Yeah.
Even the hunters. They're with the people.
Yeah, I'm
Safe. And the last time this
probably... I'm not going to be able to get in on that this week, but I'm probably going to
happened, I'm not
quickly
one.
join you,
I'm not
Yeah.
one.
because I'm curious.
It is reforming, healing its wounds.
There you go. It's making itself whole again. Oh yeah, you can see the little piece in the bottom left-hand corner, I think, going in.
This will not be the end. It will be an escalation.
Contacting Destiny 2 servers.
Nice.
Is that it?
That'd be amazing. Yes.
Wow, that was like.
Oh wait. Here you go.
It's actually
Is this
like
real,
a
Jason?
cutscene.
Yeah, this is really happening. Oh, there goes the dark.
kind of neat, dude.
It's eating the map.
Just like
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Cortana
Jeez.
contacting
This
Destiny.
is actually Halo. Whatever the new Halo is called.
Yeah.
That's right.
You missed it earlier, Locke. We started rapping Ice Ice Baby when we were talking about the new stasis ability.
Good.
All right. Well, I think that's it. I think she's down.
We over?
I can still access my character.
Mine just says contacting. Oh, okay, if you could go. Oh yeah, we're still alive somewhat. So
It's
yeah,
a beefy boy.
we'll probably be back soon, playing Destiny 2 again, checking out the new content, talking about what's
I'm
what's
ready for
new.
Jason to Sherpa me again.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is, we will all be the same level, so won't have to grind it right away. So
You and Locke will be the same. Well, you, Locke, and Mike will
Yeah.
be the same levels. I will be on my
Crap.
way to 12:30.
Oh my goodness.
I have nothing like my. So you can have a max of 63 things in your quest and bounty logs across 3 characters, give or take. 60 of those are filled up with bounties for me to turn in tomorrow on day 1 to get the XP boost.
Oh
what
jeez.
what if they wipe it all?
They're not wiping it all.
What if they
They
lied to you? What would
Nah,
you
then they
do?
lie to me. I wouldn't care. You know, it's the way things go. Means everyone would be on very equal footing.
No one wants that. I think the people that put in the time should be ahead.
Yeah.
See if I can take us to the tower.
You can-
Do something.
It's launching us somewhere.
Yeah. We're in space. Space is still here.
Ace of space. Do you like my Starscream looking
Yeah.
spaceship there?
I will be right back.
Oh, is it actually going to take us into the tower? That'd be funny. I mean, it's gonna. I'm sure it takes some time to spin all this down, and they've got people that are time delays and everything else trying to get to watching stuff. It's still going. I'm just waiting any minute now for it to just like boot us and be like, get out of here. There you go. You've been returned to orbit. Get out of here.
So close.
So close. Try it again.
You're
Trying to
determined.
fly in under the radar here.
There's that one server back in the corner of the data center they forgot to turn off.
You know
We'll
it,
get on
yeah.
it.
Post something in deep lore here.
Yes, give me it.
There we go.
Oh,
Weaseled.
goodness.
And it is over.
Nice.
That's it. That is it. Until next week. When we'll show off Beyond Light, and I can nerd out even more about what's going on in Destiny.
Finally freed from the clutches of Activision.
Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting, like, seeing how people react to just like, oh, when they were with Activision and versus without and stuff like that. And I think the biggest thing is without Activision, they didn't have access to some of the resources like Vicarious Visions and the other studios that they worked with to get some of these expansions, like Forsaken, out. But on their own, like, it's been kind of clear to me where they've sort of taken control of certain things, like the whole economy and microtransactions and stuff like that. Like, they're, things that like how the engrams used to be loot boxes of their own ways for cosmetics and everything else like that. Now it's like you can't even buy those. Like,
Right.
they just straight up, they're like, yeah, look, you can buy cosmetics for money. Like, you buy silver, and then that silver lets you buy cosmetics, but you can't buy the engrams. Those come through the battle pass, just free. Everybody gets them. You can't do that sort of loot box sort of thing anymore. The expansions, like, they have now, it seems like a thing where it's just like, here's if you just get the base, which gets you Europa, or then if you get the season passes, it's like $10 more or $15 more, whatever it might be. And that gets you then, like, for the rest of it throughout the whole year for what they're doing. So I think, I like I said, I think they're slowly getting back in control of a lot of those sorts of things. And the storytelling, while it wasn't always the best this past year, this past season has been really good. And I think going into Beyond Light has been really good. Like, it kind of feels like them spending the past year tying up a bunch of loose ends, trying to get things to this point, which is why I'm excited for tomorrow, because it's like all that stuff is now kind of, they've got it for where they want to go, and they've already laid out what they have for the next 3 years for their expansion passes, which is going to be awesome. So yeah, I'm excited.
Cool. All right, well, I'm going to stop the stream there, since streaming a Destiny 2 error message is not exactly exciting. And,
Though people would say that has been the experience for some part of the past 6 months. But
all right.
thanks everyone for tuning in, for letting me geek out about